What if I told you that most people have absolutely no idea how wealthy the average American really is? Some people think everyone in their 30s owns a mansion. Others believe you're a failure if you don't have $1 million by 40. The truth is far more surprising. Welcome to Wealth Forge. Today, we're exposing the real numbers behind American wealth and why comparing yourself to strangers on social media is one of the biggest financial mistakes you can make. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where the average American stands financially at every age and what actually matters if you want to build real wealth. Money has become a competition. Open social media and you'll see people claiming they became millionaires at 24. You'll hear stories about six-figure salaries, luxury cars, expensive vacations, and designer clothes. It creates the illusion that everyone is getting rich except you. But here's the reality. Most of what you see represents a tiny percentage of people. The average American's financial life looks completely different. Today, we're looking at the real numbers, and more importantly, what they actually mean. Because wealth isn't built overnight. It's built decade after decade. Before we look at the numbers, let's understand one simple concept. Net worth isn't your salary. It isn't how much cash sits in your bank account. Net worth equals everything you own minus everything you owe. For example, if you own a home worth $400,000, investments worth $120,000, and savings of $30,000, your assets total $550,000. But if you owe a $250,000 mortgage, a $20,000 car loan, and $10,000 credit card debt, your debts total $280,000. Your net worth is $550,000 minus $280,000. That's $270,000. Someone earning $300,000 a year could still have a lower net worth than someone making $80,000. Income and wealth aren't the same thing. That's one of the biggest financial lessons people learn too late. Here's something most people don't know. When people say average, they're usually talking about the mean. The problem? The mean gets pulled upward by extremely wealthy people. Imagine 5 people have these net worths: $20,000, $40,000, $60,000, $80,000, and $10 million. The average becomes over $2 million. But 4 out of 5 people aren't anywhere close. That's why economists also use the median. The median is simply the middle person. For understanding everyday Americans, median net worth usually tells a much more realistic story. Throughout this video, we'll mention both whenever possible. Let's start with young adults under 35. Many people in this age group are graduating college, starting careers, paying student loans, buying their first cars, renting apartments, getting married, and raising young children. This is usually the wealth-building stage, not the wealth-enjoying stage. Many people actually have negative net worth because of debt, student loans, car loans, and credit cards. According to Federal Reserve data, the average household under 35 has a net worth that's much higher than the median because a small number of successful entrepreneurs, investors, and high earners skew the numbers. The median is far lower, and that's perfectly normal. Your 20s and early 30s are about laying the foundation, not becoming rich overnight. This next decade, ages 35 to 44, is where wealth often starts accelerating. Careers become more stable. Income usually increases. People begin purchasing homes. Retirement accounts grow. Investment portfolios get larger. But expenses also explode. Children, mortgages, healthcare, and education. Family responsibilities add up. Many people feel richer because they earn more. But higher income doesn't automatically mean higher net worth. Lifestyle inflation often cancels out salary increases. This is why someone making $150,000 can still live paycheck to paycheck. Ages 45 to 54 is one of the biggest wealth-building decades. Retirement savings compound. Homes appreciate. Investments mature. Debt often begins shrinking. Many Americans reach their highest earning years during this period. This is also when financial mistakes become expensive. Buying luxury cars every few years, taking expensive vacations on credit, ignoring retirement savings, or helping adult children financially without planning. Every decision now has decades of consequences. For many Americans, Ages 55 to 64 represent peak net worth. Children move out. Mortgages become smaller or disappear entirely. Investment accounts have had decades to grow. Compound interest finally starts showing its true power. This is why financial experts constantly emphasize starting early. Time matters more than perfection. An average investor who begins at 25 often finishes ahead of someone who invests twice as much but starts at 45. Many people assume retirement automatically makes you poorer, but for ages 65 to 74, that's not necessarily true. Many retirees actually reach their highest net worth shortly after retiring. Their homes have appreciated. Retirement accounts are large. Debts are minimal. However, income usually decreases. The challenge shifts from building wealth to preserving it. Eventually, for age 75 and older, net worth often declines. Medical costs increase. Retirement withdrawals continue. Some assets get sold. Others are transferred to family. This isn't failure. It's exactly what wealth was built for. Money exists to support your life, not to sit untouched forever. Here's the shocking truth. Age matters, but behavior matters far more. A disciplined 30-year-old can easily surpass an irresponsible 50-year-old over time. Income helps, but habits create wealth. People often underestimate how much small daily decisions compound over decades. Let's talk about the biggest reasons people fail to build wealth. Lifestyle inflation. Every raise becomes a bigger apartment, a newer car, better clothes, more subscriptions, and higher restaurant bills. Instead of investing more, they simply spend more. High-interest debt. Credit cards charging over 20% interest quietly destroy wealth. It's almost impossible to outinvest extremely expensive debt. Waiting too long. Many people believe they'll start investing once they earn more. Years pass, then decades. The opportunity cost becomes enormous. Comparing yourself to others. Comparison creates bad decisions. People buy luxury items they can't afford just to look successful. Real wealth is often invisible. Ignoring retirement. Retirement feels distant when you're 25. It arrives faster than anyone expects. The earlier you prepare, the easier it becomes. People imagine millionaires living glamorous lifestyles. Many don't. Research has consistently shown that numerous millionaires drive ordinary cars, live below their means, avoid unnecessary debt, and invest consistently. Their wealth grows quietly, not publicly. Wealth whispers. Debt screams. Regardless of where you are today, the formula to increase your net worth at any age remains surprisingly simple. Increase income. Spend less than you earn. Invest consistently. Avoid bad debt. Protect your money. Repeat for decades. It isn't flashy, but works. Financial success usually looks boring. That's exactly why it succeeds. Here's a better question than, am I richer than some of my age? Ask, am I wealthier than I was last year? Did I invest more? Did I reduce debt? Did I improve my financial habits? Those comparisons actually matter. Because your greatest competition isn't another person. It's yesterday's version of yourself. The reality is this. Most Americans aren't secretly millionaires. Most aren't living luxury lifestyles. Most are simply trying to build financial security one step at a time. Wealth isn't about reaching a certain age. It's about making consistent decisions over a long period of time. The earlier you start, the more time works in your favor. And remember, your financial journey doesn't have to look like anyone else's. It only has to move the right direction. If you learned something valuable today, subscribe to Wealth Forge for practical, beginner-friendly financial content that helps you build real wealth, not fake internet success. Which age group surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, share it with someone who's tired of unrealistic financial expectations. We'll see you in the next video.